Good evening, everybody. How are you? If you can, it's hard to believe we're here for yet another Oldcastle opening night. And tonight we have, dramatic pause, a comedy, The Fourth Wall. Now, this is an A.R. Gurney play. We'll chat with Mr. Peterson in a second here. And I'm going to quiz him and see if he can remember all 9 A.R. Gurney plays that they have done here at Oldcastle. So we're going to see. I'm sure he'll remember. He's been here for forever. So The Fourth Wall. So if you're an actor, you're kind of familiar with The Fourth Wall. What is The Fourth Wall? That is the audience. And, here he is, right here. You have a moment?
I do.
You have a moment? All right. Instead of me talking to myself, it's much better if I talk to somebody else.
But you talk well to yourself.
Thank you.
Yes, you do that well.
Happy recent birthday to you.
Thank you.
Yesterday,
Thank you.
right?
Wednesday, 2 days ago.
Okay.
2 days ago.
How do you feel any older?
I was talking to my brother today, one of my brothers today, and I told him no, and he didn't believe me. But no, I don't.
All right.
And I was
Good.
glad because
You look the same to me.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
You lie well. You talk well to
Right.
yourself, and you
Yes,
lie
yeah,
well.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I appreciate
yeah.
that. I appreciate that. At least at this moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So tonight, Fourth Wall.
The Fourth Wall.
Comedy.
A.R. Gurney with music.
So my quiz for you is: you said you've done 9 A.R. Gurney plays. Can you remember them all?
Ooh. The first one was Who Killed Richard Corey?
Okay.
And I've told this story before, but A.R. Gurney, everyone called him Pete, came to see it. We toured that show, and we took it to Brattleboro.
Cool.
To the Brattleboro, what was then the Brattleboro Center for the Arts, run by a wonderful man who had brought Shakespeare all over the country, mostly to small towns. Mm-hmm. His name was Arthur Lithgow. Okay. John Lithgow's father.
All right.
Tony winner, Academy Award winner,
now
John
it's
Lithgow.
All clicking, yeah.
He was a wonderful, wonderful man. And Pete Gurney came to see that production. And he came to see us many, many times. He did love letters for us as an actor.
Yep, love letters. All
which was with Daryl Kenny.
Yes.
And that was a great thing. And he was just really, really nice to us over the years. And he came to the Art Center to see us. He came to Southern Vermont College to see us. Went to Brattleboro to see us.
So he's been quite around to see you guys. It's awesome.
Long time. And I think maybe people's favorite play of his would be The Dining Room.
Well,
which is very clever, and you remember that.
He directed me in high school with that one.
Yes, the
Architect, I believe.
Career Development Center.
Yes, the dining room.
Theater arts class.
The dining room. I remember saying that line many times.
Yeah,
yes.
and we did it with more then, but when Oldcastle did it, and it's written for 6 actors, 3 men, 3 women, and they all play lots of roles, and it's great for actors because they get to play adults. They get to play little, like 8, 9, 10-year-olds at a birthday party.
I remember Ryan Bashy playing the birthday party.
Very
yes.
funny.
It is
funny scene.
Yes.
Yeah. So we've done a lot of Gurney, and I think this is true. We've done more Gurney than any other playwright.
Well, excellent.
So we love him. Yeah.
And could you name your favorite one that you've done of the 9?
Of the 9,
this, which do you think is your favorite that you've enjoyed the most?
Well, I acted in a couple of them.
Okay.
And I loved doing love letters.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We did a few productions of that, and one of them we did it for 3 weeks. It's a play in which there's a man and a woman. They've known each other all their lives, and they write letters back and forth from the time that they're little children until toward the end of their lives when they're much older.
Yep.
And so we did it with a different cast every week for 3 weeks. Kim Johnson-Turner and Rick Howe did it.
All right.
I did it with an actress I loved working with named Ellen Pike. And I later did that show at the Paramount Theater in Rutland. And you have to realize there's no real set for this. There's 2 people sitting at a desk, 2 chairs and a large desk, reading letters. And the Paramount Theater has 900 seats. It's a very intimate play. It would work wonderfully in here.
Yes.
In our current space.
900 seats is a lot to make.
And
intimate.
we got good. Did it with a very nice actress, a very good actress, Grace Kiley in Rutland, and had a good time. And we had good audiences. But you could have 300 people, and the place would be a third filled.
Right.
And so it was not the best place
To have
not the
that.
best
Yes.
place to do that
Yes.
play.
Well, we did it recently with Christine Decker
That's
in
right.
Community Theater, so
With
that
the
was a
Community
lot
Theater.
of fun.
Yes.
Laura and I, that was a
And
lot
you
of
know, we're going to have a community theater production here in the fall
Yes.
that
Do we have
Christine is
dates
going
for that
to
yet,
direct.
or is it still secret? I'll have to bug her. No, I'm kidding.
We have almost dates. I don't
Okay,
know that we have the
almost dates.
specific dates. It's going to run for a weekend. And I'll let Christine
Cool.
introduce it.
Oh,
I won't.
yes, should save the suspense
But it's
for that.
it's a fun play. In fact, we've read that in class. I can't remember if we read
Yes,
it when you were
I
in
think
class
so.
or not. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's very familiar to me. Once I heard it, I was like, "Sounds familiar."
It's
Yes.
a funny play.
Oh, it is. Yes, it is very funny.
Old, several decades old. A lot
So,
of fun.
Fourth Wall. Quickly, maybe summarize what happens in this quickly.
I don't have to tell you,
Yeah,
but for
okay.
people who don't
Yes,
know,
for the
the
people at
fourth
home,
wall in
yes.
theatrical terms is in a typical living room set, which this sort of is.
Mm-hmm.
You have the back wall and the two side walls,
Yep.
and then the front wall, the fourth wall, is where the audience is.
Mm-hmm.
And so this play, a woman sets her living room up in front of a blank fourth wall. She has a lovely window looking out with a fireplace and all. She won't allow the sofa or any of the furniture to it has to face the fourth wall because she becomes convinced there's somebody behind that wall.
I'm already laughing. It's just so funny.
And there are 5 Cole Porter songs.
Okay.
So it's not a musical, it's a play with music. And Gurney and Porter just fit really well together.
Okay, cool.
And it's a hard play to describe. It's a comedy. It's a comedy with music. It's both surreal and realistic at the same time. I think the ending will surprise a number of people.
Cool.
And it is both an homage and a satire of a certain kind of arch, witty comedy. Noel Coward, S.N.
Noel.
Berman, Philip Barry, that they wrote, that Pete kind of grew up watching and enjoying.
What year was it written?
1992-ish.
Okay, so somewhat recent.
There are 2 versions, and we're doing the revised version.
Okay. So definitely a somewhat more recent play in time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And we've got 2 more shows left in your season.
We do.
Remind Proof and
Long Day's Journey into
wow,
Night.
okay.
Very good. That's good. Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
Not as good as your memory. but,
We
you know.
start rehearsals for Proof on Tuesday.
Oh, so you're rehearsing while this is going on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is that a long?
It's what we call an overlap show. No, it's the same number of weeks.
Okay.
So we get more shows in during the summer.
And when does that open?
It opens on August 31st and runs through September
okay.
9th.
Okay. So that's gotcha.
So we'll get 2 shows in this month.
It's September
just barely.
9th that has a long break.
Then
to
there's
the next
there's a week before we start rehearsals. There's usually we generally close on a Sunday, begin rehearsals on a Tuesday. This time we're overlapping, so the final week of Fourth Wall will be the first week of rehearsals for Proof.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, hey, busy then.
Busy.
And
Too busy.
anyone that people would know at home in Fourth Wall is
Richard Howe
okay.
is in it, and Ethan Botwick, who was last year in the Comedy of Tenors.
Okay. Yep.
And before that was in The Lion in Winter.
Okay.
With
yep.
us.
Yep.
And then 2 new actresses who haven't worked with us before.
Good.
And I don't know why when I was in New York and auditioning them, and one of them I did audition before. They're very talented. I like them both, but I didn't put together that one of them's name is Hallie, and the other's name is Tally.
Oh.
So we'll have a Hallie and a Tally.
Hallie and a Tally.
And we may have to come up with a nickname for one of them so I know
Right.
which one I'm talking to.
Yes, true. Hallie Tally.
And so that they don't have to. Was that a T or was that an H sound?
Hut.
Yeah.
That's very funny.
It is funny. I've got to do better in the future, I think.
Well, that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
Well, good. So, Fourth Wall, excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Anything
much.
you want to add, or are you good?
Oh, yes. Tuesday. Actually, I do. Next Tuesday night and next Friday night, Amy Gaither Hayes, who is in this play and is wonderful in it and is a great singer. You came to the holiday show.
I did, yep.
She sang at the holiday show. She comes from a long line of singers and songwriters. She's going to do a cabaret with Matt Edwards on piano. Tuesday night at 7:30, and then Friday night about 9:30 after the show. So you can come, have a big night next Friday night.
Yeah.
Go out to dinner, come to the play, then stay for the cabaret. You'll still be home well before 11 o'clock, and you'll have had a really full evening.
The show is no intermission, about 90 minutes. So
90 minutes.
You'll be done by 9, and then the cabaret. You'd be in bed before midnight.
Yes,
right? You could still have a nightcap.
Stay up and watch
baseball, right?
Or Jimmy Kimmel.
Or
any Stephen Colbert.
I have an idea for the Christmas show. I'm going to have to pick your brain.
Oh, good.
About that. Yeah,
good.
Well, great. Okay. So cabaret, fourth wall. We got a couple things going on.
Thank you, Mike.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr.
Appreciate it. Take care.
Pleasure. You too. So before I leave you guys, I'll give you some dates and information for this guy. So fourth wall opening tonight, August 10th, running through the 19th. And the 19th is next Sunday. So it's just 2 weekends. So make sure you hurry up here. That's Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays and Sundays at 7:30 p.m. Thursday and Sunday at 2. Special matinees, Saturday, August 11th, tomorrow at 2 p.m. And Sunday, August 12th, this weekend, 2 p.m. Tickets for that are only $29. And the buy one, get one, the famous buy one, get one, is this coming Wednesday, August 15th, 7:30 p.m. Of course, come early, have a little wunderbar, have some wine and beer before you head in for the play. No intermission, 90 minutes, so you'll be out of here a little after 9 o'clock. What I wanted to show you, though, before, they have the set right behind me here. So give me a second. I'm going to pan the camera around here, my best panning abilities, and show you the set here. All right, here we go. Let me get the camera here. All right. Look at that. Boom. So there is the set in all its glory, the seats and everything. Even the actors are up there. So it's pretty cool they use this to, I guess, schematic out the set, see what it looks like, see if it fits, everything like that. So we can get in there and see a little bit of what the set looks like. I won't spoil it for you all, but that's kind of what it looks like. And your seats. Excellent, right? That's pretty cool. So, back over here. Here we go. All right. So for those just joining, we are here at Oldcastle for opening night. A little bit about 10-ish minutes away from the curtain. Well, there's no curtain, but the curtain going up. A.R. Gurney, the fourth wall. About to say fifth wall. That would have been funny. The fourth wall. Comedy with music. So this runs until next Sunday, the 19th. Should be pretty funny. A lot of people that you may know or have seen before on Oldcastle stage will be in this play. So excellent. And their next two plays, we've got Proof, which will be coming up at the end of August. On the 31st, it will open. And then Long Day's Journey into Night, which will open and run through the end of September, early October time range. So a lot going on at Oldcastle. They've got a cabaret with this show. And then they have, of course, they'll have other things as well. And, of course, don't want to dare say it, but the holiday show coming up in December. So lots going on here. Thank you for joining. We'll hopefully be back after the show to hopefully chat with some actors if they're willing and able to, but we'll see who we can get. But so, thanks for tuning in. We will see you after the show. Thanks for tuning in. Hello, everyone, and welcome to After the Show of the Fourth Wall. We're back. It's a nice short show. Like I said, an hour and a half before. So if you're just tuning in, Oldcastle opening night for the Fourth Wall, A.R. Gurney's play. And hopefully we're going to chat with some actors, and the director is right here behind me having a good time. I enjoyed it. It was very funny. There's funny moments, funny lines. The characters have these parts where they're talking to each other, and they have that actor moment where they're talking out to the audience. It's very, very funny. Like if you're a person who's been on stage before, you might understand that feeling. So I understand that feeling. So very funny. I love to talk to the director and see how he worked through those bits. And as Mr. Peterson was saying before we went in the show and saw it, it's a mixture of what is real and what is not real. And it's very relevant with the times. I think folks in the current political climate would enjoy this play, and the thought process behind the woman who's got the furniture rearranged the way he said she does, facing the wall. But it's very interesting at the very end. What we thought was, oh, that's what's going to happen. Wow. Oh, that may not have what was going to happen. So you don't know. You're in for a twist. So very very funny play. Very well written too. It's like you're not laughing out loud, funny hysterically all the time, but you're definitely laughing out loud at moments. And I thought it was a very well done comedy, and just really good. I highly encourage you to see it. I'll run through the dates here again. Obviously, it's open tonight, August 10th, runs through the 19th, and it's 2 weekends now. Oldcastle season is now just 2 weekends, so you really only have a little bit of time to see it. So we've got August 10th through the 19th. You can see it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 7:30 p.m., and Thursday and Sundays at 2 p.m. We got special matinees this weekend only. Saturday, August 11th, tomorrow, 2 o'clock. And then Sunday, August 12th at 2 p.m., which is this Sunday. And tickets are a little special deal for those. And of course, the famous BOGO, buy one, get one free, is Wednesday, August 15th, 7:30 p.m. Of course, come early, enjoy a little beer or wine in the lobby here. So, very exciting. See if we can get some. Oh, whoever's available. Look at that. They're helping me get someone here. So, while we wait for somebody, the next 2 shows we have coming up at the end of August is Proof, and then after that is Long Day's Journey into Night. And I have to tell you, though, this play tonight, Fourth Wall, the set is fantastic. The lighting is fantastic. Rick Howe and absolutely. All right. Jeremy, how are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
Nice
Hi,
to meet
Jeremy.
you.
Pleasure.
So we're live here on local public access TV.
Hello.
So we do opening night coverage. So
cool.
why don't you talk about maybe your experience with the show? You have been to Oldcastle before, right?
I've never been to Oldcastle.
No? Okay, you're one of the new ones.
Yeah,
okay.
so this is my first time, and if my character is supposed to know a lot about theater.
Right.
So as we explored the play, trying to figure out what's real, what's not, my character's supposed to know that.
Right.
So it was somewhat intimidating to read.
yeah.
Like, I'm the expert.
Right,
And
right.
what is this thing about? So there was that element.
I thought you pulled that off very well.
Thank you.
The way you dressed, came in confidently and stuff. It was,
I did
very
come in
fun.
confident.
So,
Thank you.
What was your favorite part of, I guess, the role or getting into that character?
Well, I think a lot of us have had theater teachers who tend to be big personalities,
Right.
and you generally don't get to play as them. So that was really fun to sort of, at least for me, to put together all of them and try to come up with the most theatrical parts of each
Right,
and
right.
use that. So it was really fun.
And you're enjoying your time here in Oldcastle?
Having a great time, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we're looking
Excellent.
forward to it, the rest of the run.
Anything else in your future shows?
Workshops and stuff in New York. It's stuff starts to pick up in September, so it's good timing. People like to work here a lot because then once you go back, if you're New York based, once you go back, then stuff is picking up.
Awesome.
There's a lot of
And
stuff.
I assume you're New York based.
I'm New York based, yeah.
Awesome.
But it's awesome to be up here.
Oh, great! Yeah, we enjoy having you. Great performance.
Thank you.
Laughed a lot. Really funny.
Good. Good to hear.
As I was talking with Eric before, it's that what's real, what's not real,
Yeah, the whole time.
And that part I won't spoil it for the
no
people.
spoilers, yeah.
But that one point I was like, oh, that's genius. I'm like that. That's so funny.
Good.
I mean,
Can we put that up on the poster?
Right.
That's genius.
Connecting the dots,
Yeah.
and then you come out and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess I was like, it's what's real, it's what's not real.
Yeah,
It's
that's right.
So,
That's right.
But a very creative play.
Yeah, really creative.
The
yeah.
ending, how they did that was
Yep.
very neat. So
Yep,
again,
and
not
tricky.
spoiling it for anyone, but yes,
Yeah.
yes. So yeah, good. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate
All
it.
right, good to meet
yeah,
you.
Nice to
Pleasure.
meet you.
All
Have a
right.
real one.
Bye-bye.
Woo. All right, so he played the theater teacher that comes to help the main character kind of work through what is happening in the play. So very well done, and it's great that we're having fresh talent come to Oldcastle here in Bennington from New York City. So we'll see if anyone else comes through again. But so I should mention too that there are 2 evenings. I forget the dates, but there'll be a cabaret after 2 shows, or there'll be a cabaret 2 shows while this is running on by a lady in the show. So if we find her, maybe she can talk to us about the cabaret. So the next two shows after this, August 31st is Proof, and then coming up in September is Long Day's Journey into Night. So 2 shows left in the season. Hard to believe that the season could be over. Oh, Rick! No, he doesn't want to talk about the set. That's all right. Okay, I suppose that. Oh, we've got a few behind us here. So, there's also mention of a community theater play coming up. I won't reveal any details on that. I'll save that for Christine or Eric when they're ready to announce the play and the time and the auditions and all that stuff. But great that community theater is coming to Oldcastle. So what was Bennington Community Theater is shifting under Oldcastle and becoming their community theater, which is awesome. Gives a chance, folks like you, myself, a chance to act locally right here on stage. So maybe we could talk to Patrick, Mr. Groupé. David, you want to talk about lighting? All right. David, how are you?
Good.
Come on in a little bit. There you go. So this is David Groupé. He is the lighting master extraordinaire for practically every show. So great lighting in this one, as always. You want to talk about your process for this?
Sure. It was working with Rick Howe, set designer,
Yeah, right.
And Marguerite was the impetus behind it. So trying to create the clouds, which are classic to him.
When I first walked in, the clouds are fantastic. So I was like, what a cheery blue sky that is. It was really good. So
that was sort of fun to work on.
Right.
Obviously, the cue at the end for breaking the fourth wall,
right,
which was something we had to really set up.
That was
work around.
Very well done too. The line, deviation, and the sound effects.
Yeah.
It all brought it together. It was really cool.
It's funny. I know Tim, the director, thinks of the piano as a character in the play, and it's also what drives the lights a lot of the times. Is the piano. Yeah.
That's a good point. You're right. The musical numbers and stuff. Yeah.
So,
very good. Oh, do you think this is one of your favorite shows you've worked on, or you've worked on so many? I know it's hard to.
But it's a good piece. I enjoy it. I like the Gurney stuff, and
it's true.
This is where he gets more political, which his earlier stuff wasn't so much.
I enjoyed it. It's very hip with the times, I'd say, but it's also
obviously it was written
right.
This was a rewrite,
revised,
right? But it still plays very well.
It does.
Today.
It does. And I thought it's very well written too. It's a good comment.
Gurney is good.
Yeah. Well, good.
I'm sure Eric told you that he's been very kind to this.
He has been very kind. Yes.
I remember when he did when he came to do Love Letters, which when we did it, there was like different people that would read it each day, and it was very funny when he read it. It was like there was things that came out that I don't know, because he actually only read it. He didn't really act it, which a lot of the people who read it do. And there were things that came out, and I don't know if it was because he was just reading it or because he really knew what was behind it.
True.
But it was very interesting to see him
act. Well, yeah, it's
do the show.
Not often you can see the writer of the show
perform it.
Yes, that would be quite a treat.
That was really that was one of my favorite moments.
I would say so
I've
too.
done that piece a number of times. And to see new things come out of it was very interesting.
Absolutely. It's probably a nice piece lighting-wise, too, right?
Yeah, well, there's not a lot to do with it. But it's,
switching back and forth between those characters and stuff. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, David. Thank you for joining us.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah. Dropped my poster. All right. So, Mr. Groupé there, lighting man extraordinaire. I had the privilege of setting some lights up for him a few shows a couple years ago. Talented man, really knows his lightings for stage. He's been with Oldcastle for years, decades. I would say probably since the very beginning, lighting at Oldcastle when they were out at the West End there at what SVC's Laumeister Center now is. So he's been with them for a long time, creating some beautiful, beautiful lighting for the set. So it's a tight knit, right? You got to work with the set directors. So Rick Howe, the set designer, with the lighting, where the light's going to go. Are they going to fit there? Are they not going to fit there? Are they going to cast a shadow weirdly on this side of the wall? They're not going to cast a shadow weirdly on this side of the wall. Tons of things to think about. But I think you have a winning combination with this show's set and this show's lights and the acting. It's really all wrapped up into a nice package with a nice little bow on top that's just perfect. So, again, if you're just joining us, Fourth Wall, A.R. Gurney, a great play, very well written, See if we can get some of the other actresses. I see one over there. I see the director over there. We'll see if we can get them. Not going to pester them too much, but I'll run through the dates again if you're just joining. August 10th through the 19th is this fourth wall. We got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 7:30 p.m. and Thursday and Sunday at 2 p.m. Buy one, get one free is this coming Wednesday the 15th, so you don't want to miss that. And the next two shows will be Proof and Long Day's Journey Tonight. I keep saying that. I'm going to remember this stuff. Excuse me, hiccup. August 31st is Proof, and then after that is Long Day's Journey Tonight. So Rick Howe will be in the next show. Proof is about, I'm going to butcher this, but a man who is a brilliant mathematician and a daughter who may or may not be a brilliant mathematician. And Rick Howe plays the father or grandfather, one of those roles. So, should be very exciting. August 31st on that one. Let's see here. Oh, look, there's Peter Langstaff. He was in the show. I don't know if we can get him talking with that. Peter, oh, there she is. Oh. All right, well, I'll buy some time here for a few minutes. If we don't get him, we don't get him. Have a good night. Recommend it.
So everybody says.
It's good. It's good. All right. Night night. Good old Dan Silver. Great guy. So, let's see who we can grab here. All right. Ooh, Peter maybe? Peter? Oh, Peter, you want to try? No. He's going to ignore me. He's going to ignore me. Peter's going to ignore me. Oh. It's very fascinating seeing them out after character. You know, you've just seen them on stage, and now it's like, oh, not that they changed that much, but some people come out with like wigs or makeup and things like that, and you're like, wow, they've changed so much. Oh. You have the director. Oh. Hello, Tim. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. So, director of The Fourth Wall here for Oldcastle. How many plays have you directed with Oldcastle?
I have. This is actually, I think, my 10th show here.
Awesome. Excellent.
I just directed Big River.
Oh, yes, I remember that. That was a great one.
And so that was great fun and successful for the theater. And then before that, I've music directed 3 or 4 shows.
Okay.
And been the pianist for it as well. And I've also acted in, I think, 3 shows here as well.
Great.
So
I'm going to ask you the first question. Did you play the piano during the show?
I did.
I was wondering, is that a recording? But it sounds so, with the acting, it can't be a recording, the timing. So
yeah, it was fun. Yeah, they send basically a Cole, with the script, they send a Cole Porter, basically like a songbook,
right,
with no real arrangement. So it's kind of daunting and also freeing because we can kind of, as we're dissecting this play that nobody knows, kind of figure out, okay, well, what do we want it to be?
Sure.
So I created arrangements to serve what we felt like was going to happen dramatically.
Great. And I thought the music was very, like, Peter Langstaff's a great guy, and his moments where he's had those moments where he's talking as his character and then having those acting moments, like, what the heck's happening? And the piano is like, what? It's very nice to have those thoughtful moments of like, this isn't right. Oh, okay. So, very cool.
Yeah, no, it's a fascinating play that none of us have any prototype or any kind of like idea of what. So it was kind of freeing in a way that we could just. I was like, okay, this is what I think Gurney meant, and we could just. Yeah. It's
very well written too. I think it's a really nice comedy that's not like. I shouldn't say like stupid funny, but it's really thoughtful comedy.
It is thoughtful, and there's wonderful pathos that come at you when you're completely not expecting it.
True. I was just saying to Jeremy, like, and Eric said, there's those parts that are real and not real. And I was like, there's that one moment, I won't spoil it, but you're like, oh, this is genius. This is great. And then it's like, that may not be what it was, though. But, so it's very, very.
It's
yeah.
really super interesting, and in the writing, it gives you clues, but it doesn't tell you exactly what it should be. It does say, in describing the set, that it's slightly Magritte, who's an artist who has that very realistic, but yet there's like a bowler or hanging from the sky or something's just slightly off.
Right.
And that was really informative for us to explore, to kind of go, okay, it's real, it's surreal.
Right. What is off about the set? What drives that character crazy, perhaps?
Yes, exactly. And to explore the real relationship of the characters figuring out what it is. And so finding that little hook at the beginning.
Why does the wall drive them so nuts?
Yeah. And setting it up, then you can kind of go anywhere.
Right. Because when I got the description, I was like, oh, it sounds like, I liked where the place started versus kind of like, she came on and would be like, oh, hey, I'm going to rearrange the furniture. It's already done, and it's like, hey, I need your help with this. Can you not? Oh, yeah, this is weird. I mean,
it's really weird.
So, what was your favorite part of the process with these guys? So you had a stellar cast. I mean,
they're amazing, right?
Yeah,
amazing. I think there were so many things that I loved about it. I loved kind of figuring out the guts of it and figuring out what was going to make it purr. So to say a favorite thing, but I think it was, we reimagined from a design element to kind of go, okay, because it's 2002,
right?
But Peggy's character doesn't really, it feels kind of father knows best. And so I guess my favorite part of the process was really finding what was going to make this purr throughout. And, I say to everybody, it's, dying is easy, comedy is hard.
Oh, yeah.
So finding that truth that
comedy
was going to, it's so hard.
Yeah.
And finding the truth of the reality of these characters, but in a surreal situation. I think I love comedy. And I love, it's kind of like being a scientist.
Right.
So.
Oh, yeah, you peel back the layers and you could keep peeling them back. Even after the show goes live, you're like, oh yeah, you did that differently, but that means something else.
Holding that moment of one half a beat longer, and where you're looking right on that moment, and making sure that nobody else is moving on that moment will make it make the laugh come. And the layman doesn't know that, nor should they.
Right.
They're just there to be entertained, and so hopefully
it's a very entertaining play for sure. I mean. And if you're a Cole Porter fan, there's nothing better, right? You get to laugh and listen to Cole Porter songs. I thought,
and it comes as a surprise, and there's kind of everything but the kitchen sink in here. And it's political, and it's interesting. I think it's,
even though it's written in '92, revised, it still fits today's climate of things.
Actually, it was, I think, first produced in '98.
Oh, okay.
But then. No, you're right, 92.
Oh, okay.
But then it was revised in 2002.
Oh, okay.
And they put all the Bush updates
Gotcha.
there.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, but it's interesting how it plays out politically.
Yeah, even today.
There's
16 years later.
Parallels.
Yeah. Well, great. Any other big works coming up for you in the future? Oldcastle or not related?
I probably will be back, but
awesome.
I'm going to direct The Wild Party, Andrew Lippa's The Wild Party.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yeah, in Connecticut. So
awesome. That's your next.
That's my next gig. Yeah.
Awesome. Excellent.
Yeah. So.
Well, great. Well, we
excited.
hope to see you back then.
Well, I would love to be back.
Yeah. We enjoy it. This is great.
So
great job with this.
Yeah,
thank you so much, Tim. Thank you. Well, that was a great conversation with the director of this play. So, Tim Howard, Big River, and a few other plays before that. But for this Fourth Wall, A.R. Gurney. So, I think we've got a few actors here, but they're chatting and having a good time. So, we're going to let them chat and have a good time. Peter Langstaff and the females of the cast, great job by them, of course. So, if you enjoy that, Peter Langstaff, local guy, I do recommend you see it. So, again, my handy-dandy poster. Fourth Wall, A.R. Gurney, running through August 19th. Tickets and information, 447-0564 or oldcastletheater.org. You can find all the information there. We will see you back live in just like 3 weeks. Hard to believe. Don't forget Battle Days next weekend. We'll be live with a whole bunch of content and the parade, of course, so don't miss that. But we'll be back in a few short weeks with Proof on August 31st. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next time.